It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm hungry, so let's eat. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm pretty sure I cut the mic there. All right. I'm drunk. It's like 4:15. Let's round. It's 4:15 a.m. and we just watched Tommy Boy. It's another movie Will wanted to watch, and you know, I get it. I understand why he likes this movie. I get it. It was pretty good. It had David Spade. It had what's the guy's name? Chris Farley. It had oh, now I forgot. I keep wanting to say Paul Rudd, and it's not Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd was Ant-Man.
Paul Revere?
It's not Paul Revere either. Paul Revere isn't alive anymore and therefore cannot act in movies. It was Rob Lowe. It had Rob Lowe in it. He was uncredited. Like, I don't understand this, because he was a pretty big part in the movie. But he was uncredited in this, and I don't understand how. But he did really good in this. I really like Rob Lowe. I love Parks and Recreation. I love every single person on that cast. So, like, full disclosure, I guess. I like that Rob Lowe was in this. Other than that, what can I explain that doesn't get into spoilers?
Doesn't matter.
Because everything I have to say gets into spoilers. So, spoiler warning now. We aren't gonna edit it in, probably, but spoiler warning now. Everything after this will spoil the movie Tommy Boy. In case you're worried about the movie Tommy Boy getting spoiled, I say this every fucking time, but it's so much a product of its time. Like, especially the very last act of this movie. Like, there are so many things that are just like, wow, you'd get shot now. Like, you try this, you're gonna die. Somebody's going to shoot you. There are so many things that they did that they would just get shot. Do you remember the cop thing? Are you awake enough to remember the cop thing? Because I thought that was hilarious.
The cop were there with this cop
when they're like driving down the road, and it's right
at the bees.
Yeah, it's right after they found out that the factory would be closed. They're driving down the road. David Spade's just fucking pounding back a beer.
I know that.
I didn't really need to do that, but whatever. It fits the theme. It's on brand. David Spade's pounding back a beer, throws it into the back seat. Car smells like beer, they said that. Whatever. They, like, a cop pulls up behind him, and then Tommy's just like, alright, just when I say go, just run out of the car screaming. And then, like, he swerves around a bunch, and he's swerving all over the road. And then, like, he slams on the brakes, and they both throw open the doors. And then Tommy, like, runs out screaming, ah, bees! Like,
save yourselves.
You would die. Literally, the second you, like, if a cop pulls up behind you and you just throw open the doors immediately, they will have their guns out to shoot you with.
Try to get those 50 out of 50 headshots.
And that... Yeah, that's a reference to a stream that we did before this. Go back and watch it. It's... What was it? No stress stream or whatever, where you get completely stressed out and want to kill yourself the whole time? Yeah. And that's the, like, mildest one. He literally fakes strapping a bomb to his chest. He fakes holding up a bank. It's crazy. Like, you couldn't get away with this stuff now. But, you know, they made jokes about it then. Probably because it was just, like, getting into the point where it was, hey, let's how about we don't make jokes about holding up banks, so it was edgy? I don't know. I wasn't alive. So, was I alive? When was this movie? It was either 1995 or 1985, either way. I don't know. I thought it was good, though. 1995. Still. I was alive, but I was 2, so it doesn't really count. I don't know. I was kind of going in not wanting to like it because I'm not really a huge fan of Chris Farley, but I did like it. I am kind of a fan of David Spade. His older stuff. This is one of his older things, though, so that falls under the category. I don't know. David Spade's gotten kind of annoying.
Yeah,
I guess his whole character is that he's annoying, but I feel like he's gotten worse. Like, before it was funny, now it's just pathetic. David Spade's gonna see this and just hate on me. David Spade's not gonna see this. Nobody's gonna see this. It's gonna get
everyone.
It's gonna get 1.5 views like our last video.
David Spade or Angelina Jolie.
Oh yeah, who was the girl in this? The big one. She's right at the top of the IMDb page. I can get this. It was Bo Derek. She has the weirdest body. I don't know.
He means the person that Chris Farley's character's father was gonna marry.
Yeah, it's Bo Derek. That's her real name, and I don't know. Just it made me uncomfortable. Like the first scene that she's in, it just looks wrong. I don't know. Maybe they CGI, like maybe they had CGI in 1995, but it would have had, I don't know, there were a few things that looked CGI'd, but I don't think they were because it's 1995 and they couldn't have made it look realistic. It's not like now where we can like make an entire Green Lantern suit and have it look kind of okay, or like a Deadpool suit that actually looks good. I'm so pissed about that. I'm not gonna tangent, but I'm so pissed about that. But like it's not like now where we can kind of make things look realistic. Like CGI was really bad back then, but there were a few scenes that like looked CGI'd. So maybe they cracked it, and they just didn't tell anybody, and they just used it for this movie.
Probably.
Yeah, that seems like the most possible solution here, right?
This is the most boring video for me. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired.
Yeah, you're just sitting there scratching your face, and I'm just rambling on about Tommy Boy.
It's past yeah.
So hit that like button if you're into this kind of shit. Cause
if you want to see us doing this in live,
I'm drunk and he's tired. Yeah, that's neither here nor there. What we're talking about now is Tommy Boy, and we haven't even gotten to the plot synopsis, but it's easy enough. There's this kid, and he's kind of dumb, and his dad dies, and all of a sudden he's like the owner of his dad's company, which, you know, it kind of makes sense. I've worked for companies like that. Don't want to mention any names, but I have. So yeah, anyway, the dad dies. The stupid kid's the owner of the company, and all of a sudden he has to sell 500,000 brake pads for reasons, all including Bo Derek, and the guy that I keep wanting to call Paul Rudd. I'm sorry, Paul Rudd, you weren't in this movie. That other guy was, but I don't want to go back to the IMDb page. Okay. So anyway, Tommy has to still sell 500,000 brake pads, and he's an idiot, so he's having a problem selling them. But then eventually, like, he pulls through and he sells them. But then they find out that it didn't work or something. I guess something went wrong with the computer. All involving not Paul Rudd.
Well, the guy's character changed the times and deliveries.
Yeah, not Paul Rudd's character changed the delivery stuff. So he that messed everything up. A bunch of orders got canceled. They didn't sell 500,000 brake pads. So they get drunk and yell about bees and then hold up a bank and then strap bombs to their chest. And then they do sell 500,000 brake pads to Dan Aykroyd. That's the worst synopsis of this movie of all time.
That's
but
fine. I'm tired.
Long story short, they sell 500,000 brake pads to Dan Aykroyd. They accomplish their goal, and the day is won. I guess that's it. I don't know.
I'm not
it's
drunk, but like I'm as much energy as here because I'm exhausted. So
yeah, I know you've had one beer.
I'm tired.
But
I'm physically exhausted.
I don't know. I feel like this is as much explanation as a Chris Farley movie deserves, because like he was the Paul Blart of the day. I forgot that guy's name. Kevin James? Yeah. He was the Kevin James of like 1995. But now we have Kevin James to do Kevin James things. So if you want to watch King of Queens, it's probably on some streaming service. I don't know. Is it on both of them? I think it's on both Netflix and Hulu, which is rare. I don't know. That's not a fact. But go watch King of Queens on whatever. Subscribe to King of Queens on YouTube. And
is that our ending? You're just telling them?
yeah, subscribe to King of Queens on YouTube.
Okay.
I don't know. I've lost track so much that I'm just mad about Deadpool and kind of want to watch Sugar Pine 7 and go to sleep. So, subscribe. We mostly do gaming content that's better than this. If for some reason you like this, obviously there's a like button for that.
Boom.
And there's also a comment section for you to completely berate me on not remembering who Not Paul Rudd is.
And me sleeping.
And for promoting Kevin James for some reason. I watched this fucking Kevin James movie. It was so bad. And we're just gonna sign off so I don't go on a tangent about the bad Kevin James movie. Bye. I'm doing you a favor.